One of the things I've learned traveling around, speaking to college students, adults, professionals, leaders, is that we're not doing what we love. And what do I mean by that? We're not living with passion and purpose. We've been stuck in the same career over and over. We're a rat in a wheel and we get trapped in it. A lady actually came up to me at one of my presentations during a leadership conference, and she had tears in her eyes. She said, "I realize I've wasted my life away doing a job that I hate for the money." And really it starts with passion and purpose. I believe the fundamental thing, if we discover our passion and purpose in life, then we can change our families, our neighborhoods, generations, governments, worlds. And it really begins at the heart of purpose and passion. How we discover that. What angles can we take to get there? And how do we do it? And not to take life for granted. We know, and there's debates about it, how old the world is. 2 to 3 billion years old. And we spend a majority of our life doing work we hate. We don't have much time on this earth. Life is finite, and there's changes and things you can do in your own personal development, in your own career development to begin that change. So I often tell people to live their life inside their dash. And what does that mean? So I was able to be inspired by this little girl who discovered her passion. She lived from 2000 to 2008. She lived inside her dash, a very short window of time. And you think about it, no matter how long you live, your life is as short as a dash. You don't have that long. It's literally like a star in the sky. And what you do in between that small dash is going to determine how you feel later on in life. And it's going to determine whether you've inspired generations to change, if you've left a legacy, and if you built your communities. And I was inspired by her because she lived literally 8 years in the world. She had neuroblastoma and she passed away. But she discovered her passion in life, that it was to help people that were discouraged. So what's a leader? What's leadership? What defines a leader? There's a lot of leadership roles. And if you think about it, there's a lot of people in leadership roles that don't like what they're doing. And there's a lot of leaders that still don't understand leadership. So when you talk about leadership, a lot of people think that leaders were born. Leaders came out of the womb automatically. And it's not the case. There's many small businesses, there's college, there's volunteer groups. So what makes an effective leader? What makes a good leader? How can you lead better in what you're doing tomorrow? And that's really what I want to talk about, is everybody can be a leader. And there's certain tenets that I believe make a leader important. And I believe that can transform your organization, your group, your school, your college, your organization, your corporation. And you can take those leadership principles and apply them in your setting, and you can evolve them to make other leaders. And there's really 5 stages of leadership that we're going to talk about, and we're going to go through each one of them. But we're also going to learn from a man who started off as a dishwasher 30 years ago and now is a pillar success, an entrepreneur of their community. And he has 10 leadership principles that basically are common sense that not many people do. And among those 10 principles, he's applied them to other organizations that have worked. Big corporations have used these 10 principles, these linchpin principles that we're going to talk about today. Sometimes it takes challenges and obstacles in our life for us to realize who we are. And what do I mean by that? I'm case in point. So rewind my life a few years ago. I was in a job that I was miserable at. I hated it. And I had a lot of stress on my plate. but I was doing it for the money. And then all of a sudden I woke up and I couldn't hear anything. I went to the doctor and I was diagnosed with a devastating medical illness. I have Meniere's disease, and I lost 50% of my hearing, but at the time it was much worse. And I couldn't comprehend a lot in my job I was doing. And the doctor told me that what was adding to it was stress. And the stress of my job was going to eventually render me disabled. He said, "You're done, you're finished, go and sign up for disability payments." I said, "No, I'm going to do work that I love, make a change, and do work that matters." And I found out how to do it, and I want to share with you steps that you can discover work you love today and find your passion and purpose. And it's really simple. It comes down to the desire and the motivation. And sometimes in life things don't always go your way, and there's a lot of challenges that come about, a lot of obstacles, a lot of things that come in your way. And you can either confront them and take them head on, or you can die by the challenge, or you can live by the challenge. And what I encourage you today is to do something that you love, do work that matters, and find out how to do it and discover what you want to do in life. You know, I've been in sales and sales training for over 13 years, and I do have a great track record of success in sales. 12 out of the 13 years I was in the top 20%. And a lot of people ask me, how did you maintain that consistency? Because as sales professionals, we know that the consistency over time is what a really good sales rep does. So what are some of those principles that make sales reps successful? What can we learn? How is sales changing? You know, the typical scenario for the world to look at a sales representative, they think of a used car salesman, right? That's the perception of what people think. But really what sales is you're partnering with your customer and you're willing to be a customer service rep for them. And you're providing solutions for them. You're challenging the way they think. And you're challenging concepts that can better help build their business. So if you become a business partner with them and you begin to strategize how you can make their business grow, then guess what's going to happen? Then your sales will grow. So what are some of the things to do? How do we discover? How do we make our sales reps great again? How do we have leadership around sales? What are some of the important sales concepts? What do we do to change some of these things? What's the industry going towards? All these things will be taught here today. And as I go around and I engage in customers, one of the things that is shocking still today is that sales reps fail to follow up. Sales reps fail to close the deal. Sales reps are confusing. Sales reps are late. Sales reps don't show up on time. So it's fundamental things that we're doing as sales representatives why we're not getting the business. So we're going to talk about them today, and we're really going to learn a new sales philosophy on what you can take back in your own setting, no matter what you're selling, from an iPhone to a PC, to a tangible product, to a service, to a group, whatever the service or tangible product is you're selling. These core sales philosophies and these core sales principles will revolutionize your company's sales, and it will impact your organization to another level. And why do most businesses fail? There's a lot of different reasons, but one is you have to be able to sell your product. You have to be able to differentiate it. So as we step into this workshop, we're going to become our own small business owners. And if we become our own small business owners, then we're able to embrace what we're selling, and we're able to take that to the marketplace and advance our own careers at the next level.